Hello everyone and welcome to another Tempo Strategy Legends of Runeterra deck spotlight. Today we will be taking a look at Frostbite Midrange. This deck has been a dominant force of the metagame for quite some time now, using its large creatures and frostbite effects to crush its opponents. Before we get into the video, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with more Tempo Strategy content. Frostbite Midrange is a deck built on a foundation of 5 power units. It is built this way so that it can take full advantage of Trifarian Assessor. The deck is able to generate an onboard advantage by using low-cost combat tricks such as Elixir of Iron or Brittle Steel, which when saving a 5 power unit can be devastating. A key card in the deck is Avarosan Trapper. When played, he puts a 1-mana 5/5 Enraged Yeti in the top 3 cards of your deck. Enraged Yeti can be used to set up powerful swing turns, setting up big attacks, or multiple card draws with Trifarian Assessor. Ashe is one of the most valuable cards in the deck. Not only does she frostbite the strongest enemy unit on attack, once leveled, she will put an enchanted crystal arrow on top of your deck. She will also stop units with 0 power from attacking, setting up unlockable open attacks alongside harsh winds. While the deck doesn't have many early plays, it does have Omen Hawk to enable powerful turn 1s. It also plays Trifarian Glory Seeker, who will be able to trade into most units that cost 5 or less mana. To round out the mid-game, you have Avarosan Hearthguard and Kato the Arm. Hearthguard is great for improving future card quality, while also buffing Trifarian Assessor, allowing her to draw a card off of herself. Kato gives a supported ally 3 power and overwhelm, making him fantastic for letting your large units push their damage over chump blockers. While the deck does not have access to a lot of removal, the removal it has is potent. Culling Strike can deal with many early game threats, as well as make efficient trades on other units, such as Swain. Reckoning, when timed well, can set up incredible blowouts, often being a one-sided board wipe. Hard Mulligan for Omen Hawk and Avarosan Trapper. Keep Trifarian Glory Seeker if your opponent doesn't have cheap 1 damage effects. If your opponent has good targets for Culling Strike, keep it. Keep Ashe if you have one of your early turns figured out. If you already have some early drops and are expecting to trade in early turns, keep Elixir of Iron or Brittle Steel. Ideally, Frostbite Midrange will start the game off with a turn 1 Omen Hawk. Frostbite Midrange plays very few 2-drops, so it will often pass on turn 2. Though the list we are featuring today only plays Trifarian Glory Seeker, there are many others that will use Avarosan Sentry or Iceveil Archer to fight for the board early. The most important card to the success of Frostbite Midrange's early game is Avarosan Trapper, since the Enraged Yeti it gives is such a mid-game powerhouse. For Frostbite Midrange, the early turns will often be uneventful, but can get spicy with an Elixir of Iron or Brittle Steel, which can swing early game combat. The mid-game consists of building a board of 5 power units, such as Ashe and Enraged Yeti. Attacking turns backed up by Ashe can be pretty imposing. Just Ashe alongside a Yeti will be attacking for 10 damage, forcing opponents to either take a lot of damage or chump block with their smaller units. Avarosan Hearthguard shines on turn 5, improving future card quality for the rest of the game. If you have him in hand, navigate the board so that you may safely drop him on turn 5. Around turns 5 to 7 are when you should be looking to land a strong Trifarian Assessor, which will draw you into more gas to bridge into the late game. Since this deck tends to not have much removal, Sejuani is a valuable tool for taking threats off of the board. She will often come down and threaten to kill the best unit the enemy has. She also helps level up Ashe for the late stages of the game. Sejuani's champion spell is Fury of the North, which is a valuable tool for winning trades or pushing for lethal damage. At around turn 7 or so, the mid-game will come to a close. You should aim to leave the mid-game either already getting in a few solid hits to the enemy nexus, or with a well-developed board that you can ride to victory. At this point of the game, your hand is likely starting to run out of resources, but should still have a couple of powerful cards left. During these late turns, you have a handful of ways to push through lethal damage. One of the most common ways you can close the game is with Ashe. Once leveled, she stops 0 power units from blocking. This can lead to devastating open attacks, where an Ashe at only 2 out of 5 alongside harsh winds can frostbite the entire enemy board, potentially ending the game on the spot. Kato the Arm gives his supported ally 3 attack and overwhelm. This bumps a 5 power unit up to 8, making it incredibly hard to block without taking significant damage. Sejuani can also be helpful for closing out the game, though she will will seldom level up in Frostbite midrange. A useful trick with Sejuani is to give one of your opponent's best blockers vulnerable, then to pull it with your weakest unit. This will allow overwhelm units, such as Sejuani or Kato-supported ally, to push through uncontested as their best blocker watches from the sidelines. Frostbite midrange has been a metagame staple for the latter half of the Rising Tides format. Its ability to dominate the board in the mid-game and turn off enemy blockers in the late game is a formidable strategy that many archetypes struggle to deal with. Noxus Frostbite has been a noteworthy archetype since the open beta of Runeterra, and has proven itself as one of the best strategies in the game currently. While the archetype may not be a dominant force in the metagame after Call of the Mountain's release, it is safe to say that this is not the last we will see of Frostbite midrange. Do you believe in Yetis? If you think you have seen them, let us know in the comments below, and hey, if you liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to stay up to date with more tempo strategy content. Until next time, and thanks for watching.